Alright. Esper Duplicate. Duplicate refers to Quasiduplicate. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control with Jumpstart. And then the rest of this deck is just mono creatures, which I think is the appropriate way to build this. Quasi-duplicate's a card that is really good when it has good targets to hit, but if you don't have, if you run out of stuff, Quasi-duplicate gets really bad really fast. One of the things that's nice about this current standard format is this deck has a lot of basically creature spells, like their instant and sorcery effects that are tagged onto creatures. And so like Kitesail, Ravenous Chupacabra, Hostage Taker, Deputy, so we're still disruptive while not playing instants and sorceries in the main deck. And then post board, I might want a couple more pieces of, I guess Tocatli Honor Guard hasn't been that popular. I was going to say I might want, I'm just going to run it as is. We're a little bit soft to Tocatli Honor Guard the way this deck is built, but I feel like there isn't enough of that card around right now to warrant changing it. Thanks for playing my profit build around. Tough luck with some draw, but I'm glad it wasn't awful. I mean, yeah, Silas, and thanks for the support, by the way. At the end of the day, profit is this incredibly powerful card, right? Like, if it sticks around. So the question is, like, can we build a deck that can, like, have good cards while still enabling it? You know this means you're only going to face Honor Guard decks? Yeah, probably. Fallen Unconnected, thanks for the Twitch Prime support. I really appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. This is a quasi-duplicate deck, which does have a lot of similarities to the bus deck in terms of card overlap. This is a phenomenal example of why Wilderness Reclamation is such a rancid deck that's hard to interact with. Like, my cards just don't have text now, right? Like, I've got a 2/2 and I've got a 2/3 for 4 that just don't do anything. Do I? All right, I mean, that was like the best draw on our deck. Part of me wants to concede just to conceal information. I took the Blink of an Eye rather than the Wilderness Reclamation, because if I don't take the Blink, they just get to bounce this and play this anyways, although it would put them a turn behind. The nice part about this, though, is that by taking the Blink, I'll give myself the ability to draw Quasi-Duplicate, because they can no longer blink my thing in response to Quasi-Duplicate. Do they have another Blink of an Eye here? If they had another Blink of an Eye and went blink, blink, we'd be pretty far behind. Hopefully Thief starts giving them love taps here. Root Snare, yep. Yay, interactive magic. Oh! Oh, yay, interactive magic. We did it. We did it. Look at us, chat. Being all interactive and stuff. My creatures don't deal damage, but I want to attack to send the message that I'm very angry. We're so good at this game. This deck's like, Jeff doesn't think I'm very good here. I'm gonna show him. Yes, even Hostage Taker has text here. I take back all the mean things I just said, deck. You are destined for greatness. Trigger. Oh, yeah. I love when my queen finds things to protect herself with. That's my favorite, when my queen's like, yes, yes, give me the counters. My queen. For people that don't get that reference, in Magic, we often refer to playing a threat. I don't know about often. Once upon a time, we used to refer to playing a threat and then protecting to it as a protect the queen strategy. And most Thief of Sanity decks fall into protect the queen style strategies. They're decks that just want to put Thief of Sanity in play and then keep it alive at all costs. Stop it. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Thanks for the sinister sabotage, bro. Alright, I would like another sinister sabotage because I'm out of interaction, thanks. So something that's worth talking about there, whenever you Thief of Sanity into 3 lands, you need to pick a card very quickly, because if you tank on it, salting off, they're gonna know that you likely found a land and not a spell. Because if there's only one thing for you should take, it should be easy to click on it right away, right? Because it's the only option. But like, sitting there and thinking like, oh man, I'm so unlucky, like, gives it away. Alright, what are we working with here? Trigger. Oh, is that all? Is that all? Oh, sure. Man, remember when I thought we were dead? Pepperidge Farm remembers. I'm gonna hold this up rather than So, before we hit this, I was gonna quasi-duplicate this and take their search away. Man, this Motley Crew beatdown was great. This was quite excellent. If I was playing this game in paper, I would just flip the Sinister Sabotage over, like, come on, we're done here. What are we doing with ourselves? Wow, I was kind of silly for complaining. This deck actually has a lot of good tools for this matchup, huh? As a heads up, Jexvio, I only adjust my schedule for the current day for really large donations because I like to discourage people from trying to cut people into the current queue. So that way, because when I fire up for the morning, people look at the schedule that I have and they know what to expect. I probably don't need this many hostage takers. The question is, once I go down to 2 hostage takers, like, is this too few things for quasi-duplicate? I guess the things I'm duplicating are all really good, though. Oh, yeah, that's true, Iceman. I'm unsure if it shows the land in my exile zone for my opponent or not. Because if it doesn't, that's definitely bleeding information. This hand needs a 3rd land, but if it finds it, oh golly, does it find it? If we hit the white source, Negate will also do, as far as non-land draws go. That card is rude. I guess we can give them the D. I guess if they're boarding in this card, I probably want all my hostage takers, huh? Gas something I can negate, please. I would like to use my mana this turn. Rex. Land. Alright. Yikes. Alright, so... Huh. Alright, well, we've come away wiser on how to sideboard. We're going to keep all the Hostage Taker. Honestly, I think we would have beaten their creatures if we would have just drawn spells this game, just because, like, we have these duplicates and these deputies. I think I'd like to start with this to keep them from getting tokens down. And then if I'm fortunate enough to draw a 5th land next turn, I can negate plus, I can quasi-duplicate plus hold negate. Which would be ideal. Their best draw at this point is probably like Biogenic Ooze, but even Deputy kind of insulates us from that. There's only one card in their bin. This does put 2 cards in their bin. But I am going to need to duplicate this deputy here soon. Take their search away. Duress is not a bad hit. I try and take Azcanta off the table here. I get savaged by a blink of an eye here, but is there a way to make Gideon ride Rakdos in-game when War of the Spark is released? Uncertain. Alright, if they find Wilderness Reclamation, we could die here. I could fail to get another turn. They kept the card on top. That doesn't bode well for the home team. What's the nuts here? The nuts is Wilderness Reclamation plus Nexus of Fate. We could maybe never get another turn. We're like incredibly in this game for the fact that we like missed our 3rd land drop and then are struggling to hit our 5th now. I'm going to hit them first before I decide what I want to do. So if I hit a negate off the top of their deck, I want to hold up double negate here rather than duressing. Blink of an eye. I actually think Blink of an Eye is worth taking here. And I'm just going to hold up negate plus blink. Because blink keeps their Wilderness Reclamation out of play. It's basically like another counterspell when they're dead on board like this. I think my hand's big enough. Yep. There's the big bed. Gosh, we've had a 5th land to like do this, this, and this. Now, there's no way they're solar. They're probably trying to figure out the optimal play. The fact that this card is standard legal through the end of 2020 makes me excited that we're getting a new format in the fall. This one. Every bit of mana I make them spend here is relevant. Alright, they're trying to hit a Spell Pierce. They've already played one. They have a land plus a negate. Do we get it? Our little Esper creatures were super disruptive there. That's kind of hot. Yeah, counter spells and discard spells and Deputy of Detention. Deputy was really great there. We are the 99%. Yep. Where's the bus? It wasn't in this deck submission. Was not in this deck submission. I wonder if Deputy belongs in the party bus. Maybe, I don't know. Like, is it better than having, like, more Takers and Chupacabras? I'm not sure. And, like, one of the nice things about the party bus is most of your things you don't care if they die, and Deputy you, like, really care if it dies. Ooh, this card's really good in this matchup. It's good in general, good in this matchup. It cleans up History of Benalia very well. I don't know, Singermore. So, like, while I do agree with your assessment that it doesn't do a whole lot if our board is empty, the flip side of that is the fact that I'm gonna play this actually, because it could be a 2/3 to block this, and it could gets us to the Deputy of Detention mana next turn. The flip side is that our entire deck is creatures, right? So like, I agree that like if you don't have a thing in play, Quasiduplicate is not great, but we are often going to have a thing. Like, you could make the argument reasonably that if you don't have things for Quasiduplicate to be good, you're just not winning. You're just not going to be able to win the game. Like, this being a different spell when your board is out of stuff isn't really going to help you. Do you have a Baffling End or a Conclave Tribunal? If we get to hit them with the Thief of Sanity, there's a good chance we get to go Kitesail plus play a 1-drop out of their deck next turn, which would be good. Would let us start pulling ahead, which would be nice. Just a Loxodon, yep. They'd be incredibly silly not to have paper events for it, in my opinion. But no, they haven't announced if it's gonna, like, get integrated into the Mythic Championships or Grand Prix or anything like that. I think it's important that I take a 1-mana spell here just so I can double spell this turn. And then, do I want a double spell or do I want a Chupacabra? So, like, Deputy cannot exile both of these because they'll just sacrifice one of them. But I guess that permanently gets rid of it and lets me use Deputy as a chump blocker, which is appealing. I could also just, like, Chupacabra and then block here. Chupacabra the elephant, block here, here, take 4. I think I like that the best, actually. And, like, this lines up blocks here. Sure. So now I go to 5. I'm gonna hit them with Thief of Sanity again. Hopefully I draw a land that doesn't hurt me here. That's a land that hurts me. If I hit another 1-mana spell off of their deck, it's probably worth shocking this in. And I'm gonna start quasi-duplicating the Ravenous Chupacabra. That's really unfortunate. I think this is the best one. Adonto doesn't seem particularly good here. Poor little puppy dog. Left out in the cold with nothing to eat. So, Legion's Landing gains me like 6 here with a chump block, plus I gain 1. I can throw both dogs in front of this Dauntless Bodyguard unless they play another Unbreakable formation, which they're already through 2 of them with this one over here, so it's pretty unlikely for them to have another. You cannot play lands from Thief of Sanity. The fact that Quasi-Duplicate's gonna let me turn these Kitesails into relevant cards is awesome. Yeah, the key part of Thief of Sanity that lets you know you can't play lands with it is it explicitly says you can cast the cards you take with it. That puppy dog got to eat. And you cannot cast lands in Magic, you can only play them. I think I'm in for that. I think at this point I just like want all the chump blockers while Thief of Sanity kills them in the air. How does it feel? How does it feel? Don't hold back. Tell me what you think. How does it make you feel? Sorry, I'm enjoying this too much. I apologize. We'll tone it down. I'm the weenie deck now. So they have 7 permanents right now, so there isn't a single card in their deck that gives them 3x permanents. I think I just go Tithe Taker plus Hunted Witness, just like infinite chump blockers. Like I have a Adonto first for it as well now, so this game should be pretty locked up. This was impressive. This deck's been sweet so far. I had like medium expectations going in here, but like the quasi-duplicates have been like genuinely good as well, which has been sweet. You just like 2 Lyras, go. That seems fine. He's just like unlimited power. Listen, it just felt good to have them taste their own medicine, Pokemon nerd, okay? Don't you judge me. I feel you judging me. Mortify over Kitesail seems reasonable. Yeah, I could buy that for $1. Yeah, I could buy that. I like on the draw, just like a 2-mana card is pretty okay. On the play, I'm definitely gonna make that change. I think that's a good suggestion. All right, Zan needs a blue source. Yikes. I've got Azuria's Sleeves. Channel the blue mana. Yikes! That's exactly what I want to draw in a hand that needs blue mana, right? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Sorry, for the herds. Thank you for the 2-month resub. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Welcome to my hell. I knew I should have put some cast outs in the sideboard. I knew it. Brandy Savage, thanks for the half a year. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, if we draw blue source here and we get to quasi-duplicate the Seraph, we could maybe be okay. That is until they Conclave Tribunal me. No blocks. Seraph might drag us kicking and screaming across the finish line here. Seraph and Thief are very good. I did not board in Mortify. We are cold to the Tecatli currently. What? What? Please tell me there's an island in this deck. Oh no, there's no island. How is there not an island? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, we were so close. We were so close. Oh, yikes. All right, Mortify, get in my deck. Kitesail Freebooter. I'm gonna cut the rest of these and bring this into the Midnight Reaper back into. There, I'm gonna fit 2 cast downs into the board after this match. Fit a couple of cast downs into there for the old Tecatli Honor Guard. You hate to see it, but that was just good television. You're not wrong. It's like, well, they have their best card against us. Oh, Seraph can maybe pull us through. Settle the wreckage. Like, good golly. I don't know if we necessarily need an island. I can take a look at the mana, but I would believe no island is correct. Not 100%. Like, obviously no island felt bad there, but I would believe there's a world where no island is correct. 1 to 2 Settle the Wreckage is somewhat stock in the Weenie archetype. Not completely unheard of. What? What was that? How did I not know that animation was a thing? That was awesome. M. Night Shyamalan directed that last game. right? Do I keep this Quasiduplicate? Man, now I want to play more Laz. That animation was lit. It was really good. I really need a land, right? And I still get to play the back half of this. I think I really need a land here. But yeah, bidding it is close to keeping it. You're not wrong. Ooh, that's really good for us. Because now I get to Deputy, and even if they have Baffling End, their tokens are still gone. Where's your Tocatli Guard and your Settle the Wreckage now, opponent? Where's your Tocatli Guard and your Settle the Wreckage now? Get out of here. Grrr. Grrr. Marshall, Marshall, Marshall. One of your finest marshals, please. Just in case my opponent has a removal spell for the Hostage Taker. I shouldn't have attacked last turn, probably. That was loose. I'm going to leave both of these back so I can double block Dauntless Bodyguard. So I shouldn't have attacked the previous turn. I took 3 points of damage I didn't need to take by getting in 1 point there. And like, based on my role in this matchup of being the controlling deck, I think this is ideal. Yep. Yoink. Yoink. Alright, and now they have nothing in play, so my attack is fine. Sure. This is what we've been saving this for. I do still think we need a couple of cast downs on the sideboard, but looks like we're gonna get out of this one. So we tribunal the Deputy, which then tribunals the Marshal. You got it. I'm going to lead on this because I'd rather this get Conclave Tribunaled by their third Tribunal than this get Tribunaled. Well, this is my Deputy. If I killed this one on Marshal, they would get the Marshal back. But the Deputy's mine. Yeah, exile effects always put them into play under their owner's control. It doesn't, the game doesn't track that this was under my control when it got exiled. Oh, look at all these Tocatli Honor Guards. They're so good. How can I ever beat Tocatli Honor Guard, chat? Oh no, please, not Tocatli Honor Guard. Dunk, dunk. Love tap. Baby, love tap. Baby, baby, love tap. Do 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 do. Moving on up through the ladder. Do 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 do. Climbing on up. think I want a couple of cast downs in here. Double Immortal Sun's probably clunky. And a Duress. This leaves me 8, 9 cards to bring in against control. That's probably plenty. 9 is probably plenty. The thing next to Thief, Quasiduplicate. What's Lazav for besides its animation? It is kind of like another copy of Seraph of the Scales and Thief of Sanity. It's like copies 5 of those cards in a way. Because like once your opponent kills those must-kill cards, Lazav can then copy them, which is nice. Get this big, beautiful hand of 7 foil cards. It's beautiful, that's for sure. Do 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 do. If you ended up queuing for the Mythic Championship on Arena via user-submitted decks, that would be funny. You think D-Spark has potential to see real modern play? What does that card do? C-Lab, thanks for the 3-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Oh, would I use a user-submitted deck in the Mythic Championship? Maybe. I've sold myself for less. Alright, looks like, they could be Gruul Warriors. They could also be mono-red. Exile target permanent with converted mana cost 4 or more. How many cards in Modern cost 4 or more? Does that card even have a text box in Modern? What are the cards you care about in Modern that cost 4 or more? All of Tron, thanks. Teferi, Jace, Tron. Like, not that many. It doesn't sound very good. That card sounds great in Standard. Sounds like a super premium removal spell in this format. Hopefully this eats their lightning strike so that way Hostage Taker can survive at some point. Deal. Yeah, maybe that's an okay sideboard card. I don't know, like, there aren't really good white-black fair decks in Modern. Like, in different colors, I'd be like, yeah, that's probably fine. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's a lot of things in Modern where, like, once they've resolved and you can target it with that, it's like, well, you're probably dead. I think I'm gonna wait a turn on Hostage Taker so I can play it and take this in the same turn. We're still at 20 on turn 5, so, like, you know. Flip Descanson does not have a CMC. No, that's a lie. It has a converted mana cost of 2. I'm a liar. It has a converted mana cost of 2. Alright, well, both sides are flooding here. Thankfully, I think my deck's a little bit better at flooding. True Lightning Strike. I guess I should hold on to... I want to hold at least one land, because if I hit Quasiduplicate, these lands turn into duplicates. It exiles... Notably, that card exiles Rekindling Phoenix. Would be an important note for Standard. It's a pretty important one to, So here's an interesting question. Do I play the Thief and get it shocked, or do I wait for them to draw a second shock to kill the Deputy as a 2-for-1? I think I just pass. Like, I could draw Kitesail Freebooter here, too. Alright. Please draw another brick, and then let me draw your Experimental Frenzy. One Frenzy, please. Sure. I'm actually gonna only hold one land here because I could hit their Frenzy. And if I hit their Frenzy, having all these lands in play is good. How does double first strike go? They just deal damage to each other as normal. You made this. I made this. Yeah, I feel like the opponent kept kind of... I'd have to go back and check. I don't remember if they mulliganed or not. If they didn't mulligan, I don't think their hand was keepable. It might have been borderline fine if they mulliganed, but I think on 7 their hand just didn't really do enough there. How do we feel about cutting Tithe Taker in this matchup? It's collateral damage against Chain Whirler, which I think makes it probably not good enough. This is probably a matchup where I want to trim some number of Quasiduplicate. I probably want to trim some number of Duplicate, just because they're going to be killing a lot of my stuff. This is probably fine. I can see Negate being good here too, as some number. It's often hard to hold up Negate mana early, though. Yeah, this is definitely... We're only on deck 2 of the day, but this is definitely deck of the day so far. The deck before this one was reasonable too, the token stack, but this one's generated some quality games of Magic for sure. I think I like this board plan. Normally, I'm not a huge fan of Deputy of Detention against Mono Red, but this deck has such a high density of must shock, must lightning strike things that I think we're on the, like, overwhelm their removal spell plan as opposed to boarding to make the removal spells worse. I feel like regardless of how I board, the removal spells are going to be decent. Yeah, the path to exile is sweet too in the Gideon box set. As always, our hand with 6 spells looks great if we could cast them, but we need some lands to play Magic. Yikes! London Mulligan when? London Mulligan when, Watsy? At least they're also going low. I think both sides going low tends to favor us unless they get Experimental Frenzy, but it's like, okay, right? It's got all of our colors. It's got opponent went to 4. All right. If they don't frenzy us, we're a strong favorite here, and we're up a game, which is nice. Funnily enough, them mulliganing makes Kitesail Freebooter notably worse, just because, like, they're more likely to get their hand empty. I think I'm going to take the light up the stage here, because it gives them velocity early. And, like, if they hit running lands and curve into Frenzy here, I get to just, like, Deputy of Detention them. No, we definitely don't, Yef. You're not wrong about that. London doesn't change that Multi 5. Our 5's been very good here. Ha, we drew a 1-3. That's great. Did we see the animation? Did we see the animation? Was it everything you hoped and dreamed? It was everything I hoped and dreamed. As bad as that feels, I guess we get to curve into this eventually, right? Because Laz can copy it. You would have taken the collision to keep the thief alive. That's an interesting suggestion. Yeah, maybe that's good. I don't know. With this in hand, it like, did they hit the land for the chain whirler here? Sure. I think this is a fine trade for me. Just gonna go ahead and kill their thing now. Man, if we'd have taken the Colossus here, we'd have blown them out. That's a good call, and then maybe should have done the Colossus. Anonymous Juan, thanks for the 3-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, woof. Man, that was a good call. All right, if we don't draw Mortify, we have to Deputy this. They definitely have series like, we're ahead here, but this game is nowhere near over. Like, 3 damage spell here, run some cards off the top of their deck. I'm gonna Hostage Taker this Chain Whirler because they have both Deputy and Hostage Taker they want to get rid of here, so just like diversifying. Again, talking about why the Deputy was okay here, because we're diversifying the number of things like they need to have an answer to. This deck's felt incredibly solid so far. How are we doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for dropping in here today. If you're a new viewer, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40. When War of the Spark hits, we're probably going to even hit 50 hours in a week. If you enjoy constructed content, this is definitely the channel for you. We play a ton of Magic the Gathering here, and we change decks every 60 to 90 minutes. You get a lot of variety in what we play. As always, I'd like to give a shout out to my wonderful subs. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their wonderful support, so thanks to all of them for keeping me employed here. I'd also like to plug a couple of my sponsors here really quick. Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series, a $5,000 cash tournament series that happens every single month in the Midwestern United States. If you can't make it out to the Midwest to play in one of their standard, modern, or legacy tournaments, be sure to check out their streaming coverage as well at twitch.tv/NRG series. BCW Supplies are the only ones I trust to protect my wonderful paper Magic the Gathering cards. Using code Jeff10 at bcwsupplies.com, you can save 10% on sleeves, binders, deck box, and all sorts of other fantastic gaming accessories there with them. Neo, a Tron player, thank you for the 10 months of Prime. I know there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month and keeping me employed here. Neo makes wonderful candy-flavored protein bars. It's actually just about to reach over to you because it's getting to be close to lunchtime here. Using code Hoagland at bit.ly/HugoBar, you can save 10% on your purchases there with them. Fredwick, checking in for the 19th month. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. And thanks everybody just for hanging out today. There's a ton of people making different stuff that you can choose to watch on Twitch. I appreciate you watching here with us. Remember, if you're a new viewer and you like the decks that we play or the way I break down my lines, make sure to hit that follow button. Following the stream doesn't cost you anything. It lets you know when I go live and with what. Here every day during the week from Monday to Friday. Start about 8 a.m. and go till about 3 or 4 o'clock cornfield time. Do 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 do. As beauteous as the 7 foil card hand is, I'm going to go ahead and play Catch and Release. You need something to do before old Chupacabra here on turn 4. Yes, Cornfield is Central Standard Time. Or is it not Standard Time right now? I lose track of daylight savings and not when you're supposed to drop the standard and when you're not. Is it just CT? Are we technically Central Time now? I'm almost 30. I feel like I should know the difference there, but I've never really paid enough attention to know or care. Hand would really like a shock land and a third land in general. I still can't figure out how to unsub. What's going on, JW? Welcome back. Basic mountains. This hand is not stellar against mono red. Standard doesn't rotate till the fall. It's easy to remember. I mean, them's just the facts, right? We haven't used this sleeve much. That's kind of... They're all, like, decently mesmerizing, but, like, this one is, like, really good. This might be my favorite. People kept asking me what my favorite one was. I don't think I'd moused over this one. This is, like, really good. Sorry, focus. They cast a light up the stage. Got it? Alright, so we really want to draw a shock land this turn so we get that into play tapped. Yikes. So we're not going to have a play till turn 4 the way this hand is lined up, which almost certainly means we're just going to get run over here. So the deck queue is always public on my website, Yef. So you will be able to, as soon as I have decks, as soon as I'm getting decks built and getting them uploaded to Goldfish, I will start adding links to them in the deck queue on my website. Concedes, do they think I'm Esper control? I don't know. I feel like I'm doing okay here. Maybe I have a shot. JK, LOL, we did. They draw a 4th land for the turn. Alright, they didn't draw the 4th land. That's good. Bodes well for the home team. Yeah, if our lands had come into play untapped, we might have had a shot this game, but they didn't, so we really don't. Nah, I think I just need to take pressure off the table here. Like, obviously they're gonna get to, like, have my whole house of cards fall down around me, but I think I have to just take the Runaway Steam Kit off the table so I'm not taking a big attack this turn. We're definitely behind and not likely to win here. But I think my best shot to win is to do this. Well, if you look at that one, yep, that's a viewer submitted list. So when I put links to my own decks on there, you'll see they'll be listed as Jeff Hoagland on MTG Goldfish as the account that's posted them. How much do you pay attention to spoilers as they come out, or just wait right up until the set releases to go over them? I go over them in chunks. I actually wrote an article for Cool Stuff Inc. 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, to talking about spoilers that had caught my eye so far. So you can read about that there. I was on the treadmill at the gym last night in between games of Warhammer TCG on my phone. I was cruising through Mythic spoilers, seeing what was up. No, I'm not playing in the fandom tournament today. The organizers for the fandom tournament decided that they wanted to run the stream with no delay, which compromises the integrity of the event, and streaming an event like that, like, loses me money versus, like, streaming just, like, my normal stream day, so I'd much rather just not do it if they're gonna, like, hurt the competitive integrity of the event. And Kitesail's pretty good against their hand. If we hit land 4-5 on time, we're gonna be in a pretty good spot, and Lazav surveils for us, so he helps us do that, which is nice. Yeah, I did Mana Symbol. The Lazav animation is very good. You're not wrong. Yeah, I agree, Zach. And at the end of the day, in my opinion, they're never going to please everyone, so the competitive integrity of their tournament should be the utmost importance, but I'm not the one making the decisions, so they can do what they want, obviously. I don't want to do this just yet, because it's likely to die. And just, I feel like I need to prefix this on there, and people probably still clip it and take it out of context anyways, but for the record, when I'm speaking about the competitive integrity of the event, I'm not saying that I expect the other competitors to not be honest and not ghost while they're playing. I'm worried about the uncontrollable element, which is Twitch chat. And like, as someone who... Is it better to choop the goblin there? Nah, I don't think so. I think I'm fine if they want to, like, use this here and then use the shock here. I think that's an exchange I'm okay with. I really hope they'll have foil stuff on War from the get-go. And, like, because my chat is sub-only, like, if there were bad actors, like, trying to hurt the integrity of the event, I'm likely to be disproportionately not impacted by it because, like, my subs are, like, not gonna be jerks about it, right? But, like, random people who don't have to pay to be in other people's chats are more inclined to do that. Make throwaways, etc. I think I just Lyra. From the crypt with the bits, yep. So in my opinion, Mana Symbol, streaming an event that has timed rounds, and in my opinion, streaming with a delay makes for worse content. But in my opinion, at the same time, streaming a tournament with timed rounds that you don't know how much downtime you're going to have also makes for bad content. So if your content is going to be bad regardless, you should take the route that maintains the competitive integrity of your tournament. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I pulled a Twitch shit on you and didn't read your full message. I agree with you. Yeah, exactly, Zergas. Because we have Lyra in the hand, we're more incentivized to do that. I'm gonna Hostage Taker here and take the Pyromancer. I'm waiting to play my land here because I want to see if they kill the Hostage Taker in response. If they kill the Hostage Taker in response, I don't want to shock this in. But in Magic, you can't respond to a land drop. So once Hostage Taker takes this, I can shock this in and cast this before they have a window to kill this. And if they like lightning struck my Hostage Taker in response there, I then just don't shock in the land, I just put it into play tapped. Furious Squirrel, thank you for the very generous tier 3 resub. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. It feels like we have good tools for this matchup. Like, not unlosable by any means, but it feels like the cards in my deck allow me to have a real chance here. Part of me wants to trim some of these quasi-duplicates on the draw. Like, do I want some mix of Duress and Negate over these duplicates? I feel like with Freebooter, I probably don't want more discard effects. Because the mono red deck empties its hand fairly quickly, so like the more discard effects you play, the more likely you are to draw a dead one in the mid game, which is not ideal. And like Kitesail Freebooter has the upside of like at least being a 1/2, even if it bricks on taking a card from them. I don't hate getting a non-zero amount of negates in here though. I'm gonna get at least one in here. Have you even used a quasi-duplicate? Not against the red deck, but it was duplicate was useful against the Reclamation matchup that we played, as well as the white aggro deck that we played against. So these last couple of red aggro matchups that we played against, duplicates not come up, but in the other matches that we played, it did. Gosh, this hand's so reasonable if just like one of these lands was a shock, but I think I have to mulligan this at 7. Hey, Anna Grease, thanks for the 5 months. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Seems just like, without untapped lands, it's just not good enough. Seems like kind of reasonable. I think I bottom this. Want other higher impact cards than that to start, especially with one of those already in my hand. Wizard Lightning was a really good draw there. Means I'm gonna have to take a big hit from this Steamkin. Getting punished for my leaving them the Steamkin line. Yeah, that's exactly correct, Van Faith. The logic is the Kitesail Freebooter is temporary disruption, so whatever ends up under the Kitesail Freebooter is not going to be there forever. So I'd much rather they spend a 3 damage spell that costs more mana killing the Kitesail Freebooter than being able to spend the efficient shock on it. Wild Dozer, thank you for the tier 3 and the 2-month resub. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. That was exactly what we wanted to draw. Unfortunately, it might be too late. Like, this puts us to 3. We could just be dead. So the problem with duplicating the booter here is they'll just lightning strike the booter in response. And then this doesn't resolve. So depending on what this card is and what the top of their deck is, we could just be dead here. If we don't die, I'd like to draw Lyra. Willdozer, doling out the gift of ruse. Enjoy the gift of speech, ladies and gentlemen. I hate mono red players. They're the scum of the earth. Maybe they're not scum and they just have a really bad internet connection. Maybe they're not scum and they just have a really bad internet connection. I feel like I get tank killed against mono red players more than any other archetype. Just tank upstairs. Like, all right, yeah, I'm dead, I get it, but like, why did it take 45 seconds? Maybe they just have slow internet and I'm a salty little monster. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's just me. Hey, Geist to St. Pat. Then 30 turn tank. No, I never get 30 turn tanked by Reclamation because I always concede. Alright, we got Kitesail to clear a removal spell. And then we've got Deputy into Chupacabra. So we got like a pretty okay spot here. Huh. Do I Tithe Taker? I think I Tithe Taker. Quest Dove, thanks for the 15th month. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. And Harold hiding the pain. Thank you for the quarter of a year. And history's really not that big of a deal here because I have Deputy of Detention to clean that up next turn. And like, even if Kitesail misses, it's like not the end of the world just because like it does trade for a 2-1, which is nice. Double Snubhorn. The fact that they're about to have a bunch of I guess the 3/3s don't even matter that much, right? Because like I have Deputy of Detention. Alright, so we're hoping to fade Baffling End here and Conclave Tribunal. So, I actually only take 1 more point of damage by leaving these up. So I'm going to go ahead and exile these. Because this way, if they have a removal spell, they're not incentivized to get rid of this next turn. And that gives me a window to quasi-duplicate it because none of their removal spell is instant speed. It's a little bit worse against Marshall. I'm going to go ahead and throw this away to gain a life, I think. Alright, do you have a removal spell? Please have a removal spell so I can take it away. I did not shoot the sheriff, but I duplicated the deputy. Do 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 do. And even if they get rid of this at this point, I just like have more duplicates ready and waiting, right? think I'm at the point where I'm taking conservative blocks like that. And, like, the fact that I'm taking Marshal off the table here means that my Deputies of Detention, get to hold the Tithe Taker at bay. I'm gonna attack with this, because I'm not blocking with that one in a million years. Just waiting for a biggity bomb here. Seraph, Hostage Taker, Thief of Sanity, something that lets us close the game out. Have a flying token. I'm gonna start holding lands at this point because lands recast the Quasi-Duplicates. Alright, and suddenly we're winning the race, and like the next two cards we draw are Quasi-Duplicates if we want them to be. So, let's do it. Not playing around game one Settle the Wreckage, and by that I mean they couldn't cast it even if they wanted to, because of Tithe Taker. Good stuff. Good stuff. Need one more cut here. This deck is borrow your stuff. Yeah, I think this deck seems super reasonable. I've definitely been picking up what this deck is putting down. What do I think of trimming Thief of Sanity here? It's a little bit slow. Do I want to cut Thief or do I want to cut a Quasi-Duplicate? I think Lavs is good just because it's a 1-3 for 2. I think a 1-3 for 2 is actually just like a good stat line in this matchup. The nice thing about Thief of Sanity is that it plays through what's it called? The stupid Tocatli Honor Guard. I think I'm gonna cut a duplicate. You know, I know it was good there, but I don't know. A lot of our deck seems reasonable here. Some of the 2-drops are a little bit weak, but it's also important that I just like have cards lower on my curve to play out early. You do not board out our mistress. Thief is my queen. Yes, queen. Alright, I've cooled off from the mono red slow roll. We can go back to the pink frame. Sand like really wants a 2-drop in it, but like Deputy is just so absurd in this matchup. Until they play Honor Guard on 2, that is. Perfect. It's exactly the 2-drop I wanted for Christmas, chat. Play a 2-1. Oh, 3. That'll do pig. There is no fancy Thief of Sanity. It is a total travesty. That is Tocatli Insurance. So he's going to stay right there. They could have some kind of pump effect, but I think this attack is likely just to flip the Adonta, which is fine. Yeah, the animation there is A++. Alright, I think I just keep their pressure off the table here. I think it's just like Deputy, clean up these vampires. I could see there being merit to sticking the Thief here to start generating our own card advantage. Because, like, this turn I'm kind of obligated to Deputy these tokens. And I guess, like, what were the 1/1s really doing? Yeah, I think my play was wrong here. I think I should have left the 1/1s alone for now. I think that was a mistake. Yeah, Deputy's, like, good in this matchup on its own, and it's kind of just, like, absurd with Quasiduplicate. You just get a bunch of them. I have, like, 3 1/3s now, so, like, if they attack with this, just, like, triple block it next turn. So, I do think my sequencing was wrong here. I should have played this on turn 3 because I'd be generating card advantage here, so, like... Nah, like, the pressure just wasn't relevant, though, Zaragast. I guess it was, like, okay against an Anthem effect, but... Did they forget to activate their Adanto? Weird. I don't know, like, I'm at a high enough life total. The only card these decks sometimes play that could blow out my triple block is there's a 2-mana instant that gives their creatures +2/+2. But I don't think I'm playing around that at this point. Oh, stretch my legs a little bit. Got advice for someone who likes playing Magic and has fun but feels burnt out. Change decks, change formats. Change decks, change formats is my best advice for burned out on Magic. The thing that makes Magic so great is that it isn't just one game, it's like a variety of different games. So, like, by taking a step back and just being like, well, I can play this other deck, or I can play this other format, you're still playing Magic, but you're playing it in a way that, like, you haven't played as much a lot of the time. Taking short breaks is good, too. Like, there's a reason why, like, last week and this week I took a little bit of time off, right? Because we're at, like, a low point in the standard cycle. I'm gonna take my Fifi Poo away. Other card games can be fun to try, too, on occasion. Like, I play a little bit of Hearthstone on occasion. I've been playing a bunch of the Warhammer TCG. That's been my mobile game of choice of late. Now, I really don't think there's a need to cast it down when I could just do this. My army of 1/3 is just, like, making this Adanto kind of embarrassing, which is funny. I have another Conclave Tribunal. Alright, now I'm gonna cast it down. Because they're out of cards and I want to start hitting them with this next turn. We're going to take 3 on this attack. Really? Okay. It is a full art Thief. It's not animated, but it's full art. I think I just take their Deputy, right? I think I just take their Deputy. Chupacabra is hungry. Gobble, gobble. I mean, like, I technically don't have an answer to that, right? So, like, Deputy covers that. Anybody seen the Sheriff? Does that make Laz the Sheriff? We've got all these deputies. Is this the Sheriff? Hey, look, 2 more deputies. Judge, what happens when I quasi-duplicate this? Do I get a thing, or am I sad? Do I get a Spectre, or is it a 1/3? I'm sad. No, it copies the copy. Zach's a judge. Zach's the judge. What do I get, Zach? You get the original card. Sad. People are pretty confident that we're just sad. Okay. I'm not gonna risk it. Yeah, that was the turning point. That was where you could no longer win, right? Alright, I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quick, and when I get back, we're gonna play at least one more match with this one. This one's been really awesome. BRB. You know, this deck's been really impressive. It felt like we were ahead against red aggro and white aggro. And we dumpstered Nexus of Fate. And I have to imagine my pile of Thief of Sanities and Hostage Takers isn't terrible against Sultai. Maybe it is? I don't know. We auto lose. We might be bad against control. We have a lot of cards in our main deck that are not good against control. We have creatures and blue cards we can't lose to control. I believe you. It's Wilderness Sultai Reclamation or Temur Reclamation. Yeah, looks like Temur Rec. We'll see how this matchup goes. We thrashed blue-green. We thrashed blue-green Reclamation. But this version has like lava coils and stuff to kill our dorks, which changes the dynamic a little bit. Would you like to syncopate me? I'm sorry. Maybe it might have been a misfire. Sometimes mods misclick when people are asking for timeouts. And unfortunately, our hand's not lining up very well here. I think I just play the Seraph and pass. They have another counterspell here. We're going to be in a lot of trouble. If they don't have a counterspell, we actually have kind of an okay clock going. Lava Coil would be a little bit sad, but otherwise doing okay here. Chupacabra and Hostage Taker insulate us against Niv Mizzet. This is probably a matchup where I cut Hostage Taker but leave Chups in. All right, that bodes well for us. If they don't have Lava Coil here, we're doing A-okay. I'm supposed to play this. So I can't, like, Chupacabra is better against Niv, but Hostage Taker has to take something hostage. So, like, if I play this, it has to take the Seraph. So, like, putting this into play is good to, like, puts them on a 2-turn clock, I think. I shot the Seraph, but I did not shoot the Deputy. That's some good clean punnage right there. I really don't want to play this into a counterspell. I don't think I really have a choice, though. Alright, God bless. Let's hope they don't have it. Cross your fingers. Up all night to get lucky. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Love taps, baby, love taps, baby, baby, love taps. Do 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 do. Love tap, baby. Love tap, baby, love tap. That's where it's at. Do 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 do. The love tap is a little old place where we can get together. Do 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 do. Beep beep beep. Now we have the perfect hostage to take. It's gonna tuck my little boy here underneath my hostage taker. Yikes. Oh, it doesn't kill Hostage Taker. It doesn't kill Hostage Taker. Oh, the perfect. Eagle Shank, thanks for the 6 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Tap out for Niv and pass the turn. 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 Don't play a 7th land, just tap out and pass. Or concede, one of the two. Would also accept a concession. Do 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 do. Beep 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 do. Beep do 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 do. Hostage Taker. Do 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 do. Beep do 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 do. Beep 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 do do. Beep 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 do. All right, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Yikes. All of my cards seem good. All of my cards seem good, chat. Which ones do I cut? Which ones do I cut when all of my cards seem good? I need, like, some amount of Hostage Takers and Chupacabras to, like, keep their stuff. Jam them all and clicks a bit, right? Yeah. It's probably some amount of Quasiduplicate out, right? Is it just all of them? It might just be all of them. They have a lot of interaction. So, like, Chupacabra is better against Niv on average, but, like, Hostage Taker doesn't die to Fiery Cannonade is relevant. Yeah, I think you're right that Hostage Taker still goes out, but this seems reasonable. Yeah, we're going down to 25 creatures, which makes Quasiduplicate worse. We wanted to cut the deputies? No, I don't want to cut the deputies against the Wilderness Reclamation deck. Coward Split it. Coward Split could be the answer. You're not wrong. I think this is fine. This looks fine at a glance. I guess this card's not great. Alright. Let's do that. Nah, that ended up being relatively clean. If you find yourself struggling during sideboarding while you're playing the matches, one of the best pieces of advice that I can give you is you should practice sideboarding and thinking about your strategies while you're not actually playing the games. Sit down with your deck and say, these are 6 matches I expect to play in the format. How do I sideboard in these matches? Recently started playing Modern because Standard's getting stale, and I'm enjoying Vector Magic. What's going on, Conan? Thanks for the 2 months. Welcome back. Yeah, Magic. It's one of the greatest things about Magic, just the number of different little games that it is all wrapped up in one. We played Blue Red Storm this morning. It was really sweet. You submitted this one, Mueller. This deck's been excellent. We've been, it's felt like we've had a chance ever, and we've definitely been winning more than we've been losing. It's been a solid day for Magicking. They have Lightning Strike in their deck. So, the nice thing about playing Deputy here is it baits a Lava Coil out of them, which is nice. Do I like this or Esper Angels more? I think I've liked this better than Esper Angels. It's got, like, a cheeky Trixie plan, too, which is nice. Well, I haven't seen a Lava Coil out of them yet. I've yet to see a Lava Coil out of them. So I haven't seen Strike or Coil yet. Alright, so they're going on the creature plan post board, which makes me more inclined to want to keep all my hostage takers in. I feel like if they're boarding in a grip full of creatures, I probably want more of my hostage takers. This is about to be a kick, shiv, and fire that I can't Disdainful Stroke. Yep. Probably dead here. Take a little info on the way out. There's a lot of blinks. Yep. So, like, it's funny, like, if this Disdainful Stroke had been, like, a Quasiduplicate or a Hostage Taker that we'd boarded out, we'd actually have been in a pretty good spot there, huh? I want the rest of these Hostage Takers. What do I want to trim, though? Yeah, I just trim around the edges. Let's just trim around the edges. I don't know, they have Fiery Cannonade, which kills my stuff. The Sand's great. Taker into Thief, and then if they don't have the removal spell right away, we just get to ride our queen to victory. Even just Taker and riding Taker is valuable here. They can't syncopate this turn, which is great. All right, so this is the check 1. Can you beat this or do you lose? The part where they cannonade me and I'm sad. Alright, so they have Expansion Explosion in their hand. That's what the pause there meant. Show me what else you got. Definitely want to negate the Reclamation as opposed to stroking it, because stroke covers things like biogenic ooze that could come down the line. Negate does cover Fiery Cannonade, but Fiery Cannonade doesn't kill my Kitesail Freebooter, so I think that's fine. We don't have a particularly fast clock at the moment. Like, ideally having another threat here would have been great, but it is what it is. We're looking to fade Niv Mizzet. I guess that's not even strictly true, because I have Hostage Taker. Yeah, but I mean, like, if they counter our counter with an expansion explosion, like, also, it's worth noting, Disdainful Stroke can't be expansioned back on itself. Yeah, that's what you're saying. Sorry, that's the point you were making. Please cast Niv Mizzet. Or don't, I'm not your boss. You shocked, though. Oh, I think we're dead. Needed a little bit more gas here. Had 5 spells and 12 cards. They're gonna explosion this for 3. Oh, that's a good line. I guess that line, it's only I guess it puts more pressure in play. I guess that line puts more pressure in play. Cause like they get their Shivan Fire back if we do that. So like they just like Shivan Fire the Kitesail Freebooter, and then yeah, it takes 1 card off their expansion, which is probably good enough. Chupacabra, please. Chupacabra, please. So they have Shivan Fire here. Oh, this just kills this in response. Yeah, we're dead. Yeah, maybe I think the line of Hostage Taker, our own thing there at the end would have been fruitful. They would have been able to Shivan Fire the Kitesail Freebooter to get their expansion explosion back, and then expansion explosion for 2, but they would have drawn 1 less card, and I would have had more power in play, and then like maybe the Seraph of Scales at the end there can like drag us across the finish line if I have slightly more power in play. Or maybe they don't get to the Niv that turn if they draw 1 less card. We definitely drew poorly, but I think we took a bad line there too. And there's no guarantee that we win if we take a better line, but things to note. Can't control how you draw, can only control what you do with the cards that you end up with. This is fine. It's a little slow if there's something aggressive, he says as he realizes his opponent's playing Gruul Sleeves. Gruul Sleeves into Overgrown Tomb. I've been duped. Maybe they're Jund. They could be like Jund Warriors, like, what's his name? Frank had played at the PT. Opponent had a good turn 1 play for an aggressive start, but no follow-up so far. It's good for us. Yikes. Well, I guess we're going to take their Spawn of Mayhem. Playing some kind of like green-black aggro deck. And like, if they have a removal spell for Deputy here, I'll be able to play Hostage Taker the following turn, which is nice. That's really annoying. We did not win the Team of Reclamation match. We flooded and died in the 3rd game. Maybe took a bad line, but mostly flooded and died. I'm gonna run the no blocks here because I don't want Midnight Reaper to let them draw a card. Good line on the opponent's part there. Yeah, Shaper Sanctuary is not one you see particularly often. I kind of want to take a peekaboo at their hand. Now, I don't think Shaper Sanctuary is that good on average. Part of the problem with Shaper Sanctuary is, one, it doesn't protect from sweeper effects, and two, it's only good if you have it proactively, whereas like a card like Find Finality is good even after your opponent's already killed your things, which is nice. No blocks. Land at this point. Yeah, I had Seekers Squire, but the upside to playing Branchwalker as opposed to Seekers Squire is the Squire I can ditch to a Quasiduplicate later, and the Branchwalker guaranteed trades with their Midnight Reaper. Are they dead on the backswing? They're at 11. I have 7, 8, 9, 10, and then Assassin's Trophy killing this deals 1 to them. So I think I just say no blocks here. Maybe I'm supposed to trade here. I'm gonna trade here, giving them a card. They can't Finality me this turn, so I think this block is fine. It does an extra damage to them too, notably, which is nice. There's something like Fungal Infection or Moment of Craving. I could be sad about that block, but I think it's pretty okay for us. We're in a decent racing position at the moment. Ooh, Temple of Tilt. Temple of Tilt. Temple of Tilt. How is my morning? My morning's been small, Burn Pit. Afternoon's been wonderful too. The Zed Deck's been really sweet. It's felt quite good. This is probably a matchup where Kitesail Freebooter is not the greatest. They have like some instants and sorceries, but doesn't seem like they have a ton. They have Vivian, but I probably don't mind Lyra. Their deck's a little bit aggressive. Laz, I guess I was gonna say he doesn't block well, but he actually does line up well into Gutter Bones, right? Maybe I just do like the Miser Lyra. Probably don't want to get stuck with 2 in hand if they have Vivian in play. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's give this a try. The lifelink on Lyra is just invaluable in racing situations. Can I throw money at you to jump the line with the Legacy deck? I do not allow MTGO decks to cut into the afternoon, no. You can put money in to get a Legacy deck to be the Moto deck that we play tomorrow. It's got standard cards. But no, the afternoons are always all arena. So one Moto to warm up the day. I guess always all arena needs an asterisk. Next week on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I'm gonna do all MTGO days because we're all done with standard after tomorrow with that before the new set release. What's the top deck for tomorrow? The top deck for tomorrow is at 93 points. So you need to beat 93 points. if you wanted to get your thing played first tomorrow. And I start a little bit later on Fridays, so first Moto deck, the Moto deck tomorrow would start about 10:30. That's true. For numbers into the 4 digits, I'd swap and play whatever you want. Yeah, actually, Burn Pit. They fixed the serum powder bug, so we're gonna be able to play colorless Eldrazi tomorrow. This deputy is looking pretty reasonable here. Do you have a Doomblade? If they don't have a cast down here, we're in a good spot. Yeah, it feels great. I guess if they have, like, Nullhide Ferox here, we're technically in a little bit of trouble. I wonder, I think they, I really wish there was a game log, so, like, in positions like this, I go back and look if my opponent mulliganed. If they have Vivian next turn, I guess I have Quasiduplicate on this. That takes too much effort, Craig. And, like, what if they have more than 60 cards? Well, it's a lot of energy.
No one knows the wilds like I do.
No one knows the wilds like I do. We get it, Vivian. You're so cool. Nobody's cool like Vivian. That one. Yoink.
Just like before.
If our entire house of cards is going to come tumbling down if they find a copy of Finality, but it is what it is. Can we ask your opinion on specific new cards? My opinion on many of the specific new cards is they look sweet. I'm looking forward to playing with them. It's really hard to tell, like, what's going to be what. We're gonna play with most things and just throw noodles at the wall and see what sticks. The deck's really sweet, fights. This one's definitely been impressive. Unless one of the next two is absurd, this is definitely going to be the deck of the day. Of the two we've played so far. Yeah, it's actually already in the queue, Genesis. So as always, the queue is public. So you can take a peek at the deck queue on my website at all times to know what's coming up. I think a lot of it, Graystar, is I think there's a misunderstanding among people who don't play that much Magic that people like myself who play a ton of Magic just like have this inherent ability to like know what's going to work and know what's not going to work when like the reality just couldn't be further from the truth. Like at the end of the day, this game's really complicated, and like eventually once we've played, people like myself who play a lot do have more experience, which benefits us, but we're not without actually having the cards in our hand to play with, we're not that much different. Alright, don't have another removal spell, please. Build around deck submissions are $25 for standard. You can always find out all the pricing and how my deck queue works on my website here. All right, fair. Fair. Why didn't they trophy this in response? I'm so confused. I mean, I'll take it, but I am confused. Genesis with the tip. Thanks for the support. Ooh. What do I want to do here? I think I want to just Chupacabra, Pelt Collector, and attack. I want to Chupacabra, the growth and attack. Oh, my dashboard's not loading, Genesis. Un moment. It's a pretty big mistake on my opponent's part. For reference, if you kill this in response to it being targeted by the card, my Quasiduplicate just fizzles. So they would have gotten their Vivian back, killed this, and still kept their stuff in play. Yep.
Come to me.
Yep. Let's get that Niv deck a bit of bump to the queue. Will do, Genesis. Thanks for the support. There's enough creatures in my bin to keep this fed. They're not quite dead yet, but they're getting pretty close. Why would I want to hostage taker my own Chupacabra rather than just take their thing and play it? If I attack with everything here, they kill 2 of my things. And then they Chupacabra, shoot another one, which leaves me with 3 things, which means my hostage taker's lethal next turn unless they find another blocker. This might be too aggressive. I guess no, they're not dead, right? Because it's only putting them to 3. Yeah, this attack's probably bad. Works. Thanks for the prime support. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. I guess if I rip a land, I get to go hostage taker your Chupacabra, play Chupacabra, eat your other thing. Did they draw the 8th land? Did they draw the 8th land? It's a big question. Oh, they did. Rough. Can we do the same? 8th land. Come on. Come on. 8th land. 8th land is not quite lethal, but it's very close. Now it's lethal. 8th land is lethal. Untapped 8th land. Come on. Oh. So close. So close. Bin Squire, hold the land earlier. Oh, you're right. I totally did bin a land. Yeah, I concur. Long-time YouTube lurker, first-time Twitch subscriber. Well, welcome, ZYX. Thanks for keeping me around and keeping the videos coming. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your day. I guess it's the middle of your day now.
My newest friend.
All right, what do we got? The fact that I have another hostage taker lined up here is excellent because this hostage taker effectively removes 2 of their blockers. Just going to take their Chupacabra, and then their Chupacabra is going to gobble up one of their other things. The Burn Pit coming in hot with the big hundo. I'd like to jump in front of my modern deck with my legacy deck. Sounds good. You blue-black ninja? Yeah, it sounds great. 10 out of 10 will be up tomorrow. They're dead, right? Thank you for the absurd support, Burn Pit. Hey, Kuntz. Thanks for the Twitch Prime. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. All I really like this one. I'm going to be done with it for the day because I need to do 2 more decks today before we're done, and I don't want to have to cut those ones short, but this deck was really sweet. We didn't change any cards in the main deck, and we just added 2 cast downs to the sideboard to have extra ways to deal with Tecatli on our guard, but the mix of spell creatures was really, really fantastic. We notably didn't play against any hard controls. We didn't play against any Esper, but we felt competitive against red aggro, white aggro, Nexus decks. Like, I do appreciate it, Burn. And I'm excited to play some ninjas tomorrow. I do like playing good legacy decks. This one's got all the good legacy cards in it. 12 blue cantrips. Sign me up. 8 blue cantrips. It's 8 blue cantrips. All right.